Do we have to keep doing this? Do, do we have to keep fighting this, Vince? So, there was a report that came out from PW Insider, Mike Johnson. They discussed last week in the elite section of PW Insider on the We Don't Need No Stinkin' Name show that there are a number of WWE talents who have been ordered to work on refining and improving their in-ring skills at the request of management, said to be a Vince McMahon edict. So, when Vince is involved, there has to be something going on with this. And as you can tell from the video, from the thumbnail, and from the image I'm using, you already know who one of them is. So, the people that were confirmed, PW Insider can confirm that Otis, Keith Lee, Kaito, Dio Maddin, and AJ Styles' massive bodyguard are among the contingent that the company had been working with on improving and refining their work inside the ring, with those talents taking part in regular work at performance centers on Tuesdays and Thursdays. PWInsider.com previously reported that despite being drafted to Raw, Kato and Ruas have not been utilized as they believe they need more additional seasoning. These work styles are part of the process and have been ongoing in recent months. Ruas has been out of action since injuring his arm while working in an NXT bout with KUSHIDA. We're really doing this. Okay. Otis, okay, fine. You can make some argument there, but I was like, isn't he popular still a little bit? I'm like, he's starting to go down the wayside. Last I heard, but I don't know. And this is once again the WWE's strange recent tradition of pissing everyone off before the show of SmackDown Live. Like, I'm starting to think that Vince is trying to get stuff come out so that he can purposely make Roman Reigns' heel run a complete failure, so he can go ahead and make him a face again, because that's how it works in Vince's eyes. If he's a heel, then that's a problem, because he's doing things that are getting the fans to love it, not Vince loving it. So yeah, the other guys I do not know. I don't know their talents. I don't know their abilities. But Keith Lee was the guy I was like, this is Keith Lee, the double champ, as you can see from this image I'm using, who was the double champ in NXT, North American NXT champion, had awesome, phenomenal matches that were breathtaking, with oh man, Dijakovic. Like, what happened, Vince? And this comes out after the whole Dominic Dijakovic. Yeah, I got the name right. I was worried I might have screwed that up. Who's doing the retribution stuff as what is he doing again? Because I keep crying. Oh, T-Bar. So, yeah, this came out. Everyone's in a firestorm right now on the internet because, once again, Keith Lee, out of all the guys mentioned, should not be on that list. In fact, the other person I brought up is like, okay, so all those people so Keith Lee gets sent back to refine his skills, but Nia Jax, who has repeatedly all this year, and most of it going to Kairi Sane, injured people, and has a record at this point for most causements of injuries in her 5-year tenure, more than Goldberg probably at this point, and his most infamous one was Bret Hart, and no one lets that, and Bret Hart hasn't let that go. Oh, and not really try to work amends with him, as far as I'm aware. So, yeah, this whole refining of talent, okay. Like, when I heard, and this comes out of the documentary that came out regarding Keith Lee, and I was like, so, is this a tradition now? If you do this, you're screwed over the next day? Like, Vince goes ahead and praises Keith Lee, saying, we got big plans for you, make me a believer, all that. Now he just two-faced him. Like, I went on Twitter, posted my displeasurement, because that's the only thing I can do other than make video content to just talk about stuff. I said this. So Keith Lee is told to refine, but injury causing Nia isn't bias. and I got some reactions from it, mostly siding with me on this viewpoint. Uh, Once one of my buddies told me, shaking my damn head, what you gonna do when Vince puts his creative hands on you? Then I reposted the clip that Vince McMahon complimented Keith Lee and told him to make him a believer, saying this: Vince gives all these compliments to Lee, then pretty much turned around and said needs more seasoning. Essentially, again, Vince is two-facing his talent, gives these compliments, and then virtually backstabs them. And yeah, a lot of people are mad. And I said there should be an industry rule at this point. If Vince has any compliments and claims he has all these big plans for you, you must be a living skeptic and not trust what comes out of his mouth. Saying it is one thing, actually following through is a whole different animal. And yeah, and one other person once again claims this is an indictment on WWE's mismanagement and how they handle stuff. Then I also wrote to someone who also disagreed with Vince's idea, saying this: Keith Lee delivers high quality matches and Vince is clearly an experienced talent. Vince needs more. He needs more seasoning. Damn it! Nia Jax botches and injures people too many times in a frequent consistency. Vince, she's good. No need to refine herself. So, yeah. So, once again, there is someone who made some argument points regarding this about refinement and everything. So I said, look, if this okay, but whenever Vince is involved and says it, I take it with a grain of salt because for the life of me, I wouldn't trust him unless he followed through with what he promises, or if he screwed up and got, or if I screwed up and got heat. I only disagree with the promises promising without backup plans, or when you essentially let them cut through the line, like Vince's promise of having Charlotte Roman main event and the next Mania a year in advance and ignore the variables that could happen in between that timeline. So, yeah, that's my biggest problem with this. So, yeah, WWE just wants to further prove that they are just royally this stupid. I mean, how many times do we have to keep having this fight, Vince? Like, Keith Lee, he had great, phenomenal matches with Dominik Dijakovic alone. He had an awesome match with Adam Cole, baby. And he can steal the show. He can work. If the like, there's some like Alex Deluxeman, as he once was known as, said that he's not worried that Keith Lee can handle it. He could do it. But is it really something that he really should have been forced to be put through? Another hurdle? That was my issue. And like the problem that some people are saying that they're refining these big guys because Vince wants them to just be these big men, than a very diverse talent. Because Keith Lee is this massive heavyweight wrestler along with Dijakovic, and yet Keith Lee and him move like they're cruiserweights. And I'm thinking to myself, damn. Imagine if you put that at WrestleMania. Keith Lee and Dijakovic, build them up. Give a year or so to build them up and see if they can do the main event match. Build them up, get the potential for Mania. And Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic would tear the house down. They'd be that main event that makes people wake up after experiencing 5 hours of torture because they're just that damn good. But no, Vince is like, nope, you can't do any of that. So I'm worried that Keith Lee, the limitless one, for he bask in his glory, for he is limitless, is not going to be allowed to be limitless no more. Let's hope not, but what the hell was going on through Vince's head? Oh wait, never mind. That's impossible to decipher. Like, this is, again, I have said this repeatedly on Twitter and on YouTube. I cannot make a Vince McMahon look-back, a retrospective on Vince, because he'll just one-up the BS by default within seconds. And that's dating the video by mere seconds. So imagine uploading that, making a 3-hour thing, making an upload, taking the upload time and the processing time, and get the full completion. It will be dated within seconds of of the video recording. I'm at a point where I have to wonder what we do. Like, how do we move forward with this? Because Vince is clearly not going to listen to any of our reasonings. It, like, so yeah, another continuing saga of Vince being this and that and this and that. Like, oh, I love this guy. He's got all the talent. He's got all the power. And then returns around and says, look, he needs more training, damn it. Oh, I also said this on Twitter. Let me find it. Okay, so if anyone, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people remember this stuff. Ronald Reagan says, regarding that industry rule thing I said this. Ronald Reagan quote, the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Well, I said, here's wrestling's version. The 10 most terrifying words in the wrestling industry are, I'm Vince McMahon and I have big plans for you. Because it's Vince. He's going to clearly give up after 6 seconds. Because he makes all these big promises, all this big announcement, and says he's going to go ahead, give you the opportunity to get to the stardom. He's going to give you that shot. He's going to give you a chance, and then gives up after like less than a month at best. At best, it takes 2 months, but at worst, it's 2 months. He tags you along, gives you these chances, and then it's like, nope, I'm done. I'm done with him. I'm hoping Keith Lee can prove him wrong. That he can still be the Limitless one, not be generic. Because Keith Lee is such a great talent. I want to see him thrive in the WWE landscape. Like, this was just coming off after yesterday's report where there are WrestleMania plans apparently for Keith Lee where they're going to go ahead and put him in a triple threat match potentially with Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre for the WWE title, which is the only match I can only stand seeing on those list of plans currently, because the other plan is Edge versus Orton 3, which I don't care about anymore, and the other one is Brock versus Roman versus Goldberg, or if they can't get The Rock, or Daniel Bryan, or Big E. So unless Roman's going to fight The Rock, which is the only match I think that should happen to get Roman to superstardom, and then have him lose to like a Big E or another rising talent at SummerSlam. Have Roman hold the title for a year. That's my dream idea. But like, yeah, Keith Lee now has to face, is given a hurdle that he probably shouldn't even have to go through. Like, he should have just been told, okay, Vince should have just did this. Give him ideas, tell him to work with these guys. If he can do it, he becomes more of a believer. And then we get to Royal Rumble. And then we get to the decision making of who's going to win. Then we push them. But no, this is more like, I'm interested in this guy. I like this guy's vision. And then it turns around, it's like, I don't get this guy's vision, damn it. I don't get this character. Damn it. So yeah, we're right back where we started with Keith Lee, aren't we? And people still, and there are fanatics of WWE that ask us when we act like this is, why are we still watching? And I totally get it. I totally get that reasoning. But the other problem is, why do we get exhausted when we watch WWE? Like, I'm not even watching WWE as much. Like, the only thing that's making me watch is Roman being this heel run. And Bray Wyatt occasionally getting his vengeance because Orton's screwed. And I watch the pay-per-views, but I just don't care. And I'm hoping they can change this. I'm hoping they think, oh, let's like I said, if Keith Lee was only being told to go back to do some mental training to prepare him for the big time, okay, fine, I can buy that. I can buy into that. But that's not what the reports were saying. They said, we need you to improve your in-ring skills. As in, be like the Big Show or something. You can't be unique, damn it. And Vince has the audacity to say that the roster lacks ambition. Well, why do you think they lack it, Vince? You keep yelling at them for doing a good job. You fired Paul Heyman for director duties he's on Raw because he did a good job. You fired Ryan Ward from SmackDown Raw lead writer because he did a good job. Heyman was fired twice, one in SmackDown's run back in the early 2000s because he did a good job. So, yeah. Keith Lee, good luck, man. I really hope you prove Vince wrong. Get these trainings, get this refinement course done, and hopefully get to be the Limitless one and not just another generic guy that could have been so much more. So, yeah. Is he no longer going to be Limitless? Hopefully not. Hope not. But will he be forced to be no longer be Limitless? I wouldn't be surprised. So, we'll see in the coming subsequent weeks and months. So, this was Neo Reality, the WrestleVerse, brought to you by Neo Reality Entertainment. Just self-promoting myself. Check out all my other channels down in the links in the descriptions. Check out other content coming this way, and stay tuned for more. I'll see y'all next time, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that. Take care.